Antibody tests are used to detect antibody levels against SARS-CoV-2 antigens. These tests do not detect the presence of the active virus. However, they do confer some advantages when compared to methods of viral detection, such as NATs. These advantages include longer window for detection, since the antibodies generated by the immune system in response to the virus will stick around much longer than the actual virus does. They're also considered to be safer because antibody tests only require blood samples and they do not require respiratory samples, which may contain concentrations of the live virus. Antibodies are more stable and therefore they're easier to detect and work with than if we were working with PCR, which relies on mRNA to detect the presence of the virus, and mRNA is relatively less stable than antibodies. Also, antibody levels in the blood are relatively constant and uniform, unlike the respiratory samples, which detect different levels of the virus each time you test. This can potentially lead to false negatives in respiratory swabs if not enough virus levels are detected. In addition, the antibodies can easily be obtained from the saliva as well as the blood. This makes it easy for companies to generate antibody kits that people can use from the comfort of their homes. Limitations of antibody tests include getting false positives and false negatives. So, what might lead to a false negative result? Well, the ELISA assay that we learned about in this course is used to detect COVID-19 antibodies, and it may give off a negative result due to the format of the assay, which includes multiple steps. Therefore, errors can accumulate from the multiple steps involved, leading to an overall unreliable result. It can also be due to large background noise signals from the unreacted proteins. Different tests detect different isotypes of antibodies. So, if the patient used a test that detects IgM and they have had the infection over a year ago, they might get a false negative, as IgM levels would have declined over time. Also, different tests use different antigens for detection. The two commonly used for the SARS-CoV-2 virus are the spike and nucleocapsid proteins. It appears that different antibody isotypes have varying sensitivities to these S and N antigens.